still warm. Someone else has been here not too long ago. You're right, but let's be cautious nonetheless. The castle is just up that slope over there. Prepare yourself. Ah, there you are. Let us keep going. Ah, there you are. Let's keep going. That is not the right way. Just don't take too long, all right? I'll wait here. Quite the bulwark, isn't it? You could fit an entire village in there. That was all of them. Locked, as expected. Yes, but how? Black powder might do the trick, if we had any. Let me think. Northwind was a prospector's village after all, and I think I saw some kind of trapdoor down there near the mine's entrance. With luck, that could be a storage area. I suggest you take a look at it. I'll start digging the gate free in the meantime. The prospectors must have had black powder somewhere. Well then, take cover. There you go. What the? Breathe. Just breathe. I'm sorry, this was unexpected. But I guess that answers the question of what happened to Dalgalar's servants. Poor sods. Yes, I wasn't prepared, that's all. But I've got it under control, don't worry, I promise. An idealistic count, a remote castle, and a powerful artifact befouled by the High Ones. That's not too far-fetched, wouldn't you agree? We won't be able to get in through the main gate, but there has to be a side entrance. Come on, let's take a look around. No, that won't lead us inside. Huh. That one looks good if you ask me, but it's locked, isn't it? Who would have guessed that? We should start with the corpses, I think.
There has to be someone. What about Brother Yarber?
Declined. Just like the others. If you would maybe just explain to them what we need those bodies for, they might...
I'm sorry, but I guess that answer... Yes, I'm sorry, this was unexpected. No, that won't lead us inside. No, that won't lead us inside. Impressive. And get ready. Huh. That one looks good if you ask me. Who would have guessed that? We should start with the corpses, I think.
There has to be someone. What about Brother Yarber?
Declined. Just like the others. If you would maybe just explain to them what we need those bodies for, they might...
I will not justify myself to those fools. If they only had a trifle of decency, they will see the debt they are in. But, as they wish, there are other ways. Tell the other servants that I do not want to be disturbed for the rest of the evening, and bring me new salve.
The salve. Of course, Master. Walk blessed.
To be someone with a key. Are you alright, Satyra? Wait, you mean in a vision? But how? I thought everything you see comes from the Pyrean Age. That would explain why he hired so many hunters from the village. But what did he need all those cadavers for? The angel? Whatever. Let's go search those bodies for a key. Wait, do you hear that? Kirash. There. Ugh. Your vision must have caused this. We should be prepared for resistance now. Come on, let's find that key. I don't want to have to look at this any longer than necessary. Do you have it? Then let's go in. Good. Let's see if we can get through the main hall somehow. There. Careful. There. Wow, what a sight. Do you see anything? With your gift, I mean. No, but I suppose Delgalar's personal quarters would be a good place to start. I guess the big gate over there should lead us there. Let's take a look. Locked, of course. What else would you expect when breaking into someone's house? Let's see. I understand. This is some kind of magic seal, similar to the one the Magisters once showed us in the Scuola. You need to speak the correct words in order to pass. 2 of them, it seems. Well, that's the question. But knowing Delgalar, I'm sure he chose 2 words that meant something to him. So if we can somehow find out more about him and what he did here, we might have a chance. If not, we'll need to look for another way in. Come, let's take a look at the 2 towers. I think the staircases in this hall might lead us there. More bodies. What in blazes happened here? gosh. Now just what the heck was that? Yes, probably, but what is it? That's not an elemental, at least not a common one. Let's just be careful. I don't like this. A barrier. That looks like Starling craft to me. Without
Without the device in the correct order, it is impossible to banish the barrier, correct?
Yes, my son. And no one apart from us knows the latter.
I see. Then I owe you my thanks. We should make a toast. To your Motrolian brandy?
I must confess that I am no friend to alcohol, but thank you nonetheless. To places with it. What are we drinking to? Our collaboration?
To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering.
All right. To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering. Marvelous, really. Between us, Misa, why the barrier? What do you have up there that 5 arm wides of Northwind stone aren't enough for you?
Something that's very dear to me, and very fragile.
I see. Well, then I can assure you that... blistering blazes. How tired I suddenly am. All that work, it must have gone to my head.
Yes, my sir. You should rest. And forgive me. I will take care of your family. You have my word on that.
What do you mean? I just have to...
I am sorry.
knowing how it works, we'll have a hard time getting through here. What? You had another vision. Poisoned? Why? Yes, probably, but killing someone just because of that? I thought better of him, really. This must have something to do with the angel, however. Question is, how do we get through here? We don't have that device, whatever it is, and I don't think Dalgalar left the code just laying around somewhere if he was willing to kill someone over it. Let's take a look around. There must be another way. Breach. Maybe we could kill the mechanism that runs the barrier with force? But... wait. Yes, that could work. I snatched a bag of black powder earlier when we carried the barrels up to the gate. I thought it might come in handy. Here, Magistrate Jaela gave me this scroll not too long ago. You could use it to throw the pouch through the breach. And a fire arrow will take care of the rest. A barrier. That looks like Starling craft to me. Without
the device in the correct order, it is impossible to banish the barrier, correct?
Yes, my son. And no one apart from us knows the latter.
I see. Then I owe you my thanks. We should make a toast. To your Motrolian brandy?
I must confess that I am no friend to alcohol, but thank you nonetheless. To places with it. What are we drinking to? Our collaboration?
To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering.
All right. To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering. Marvelous, really. Between us, Misa, why the barrier? What do you have up there that 5 arm wides of Northwind stone aren't enough for you?
Something that's very dear to me, and very fragile.
I see. Well, then I can assure you that... blistering blazes. How tired I suddenly am. All that work It must have gone to my head.
Yes, my sir. You should rest. And forgive me. I will take care of your family. You have my word on that.
What do you mean? I just have to...
I am sorry.
Knowing how it works, we'll have a hard time getting... What? You had another vision. Poisoned? Why? I don't know. Dalgalar risked his life more than once to save innocents. This must... Let's take a look around. Poisoned? Why? A breach. Maybe we could kill the mechanism that runs the barrier with force? But... wait. Yes, that could work. I snatched a bag of black powder earlier when we carried the barrels up to the gate. I thought it might come in handy. Here, Magistra Jaela gave me this scroll not too long ago. You could use it to throw the pouch through the breach. And a fire arrow will take care of the rest. A breach. Maybe we could kill the mechanism that... I snatched a bag of black powder earlier when we... Here, Magistra Jaela gave me this scroll not too long ago. You could use it to throw the pouch through the breach. And a fire arrow will take care of the rest. Try to throw the pouch through the breach. That has to work. Good. Now see if you can shoot a fire arrow through the breach so it drops onto the mechanism. Try to shoot from an oblique angle, otherwise the arrow will bounce off in the wrong direction. Perfect. Let's hope the fire doesn't spread. Now let's go see what Delgalar wanted to hide so badly. Toys. And what is this blue substance everywhere? Huh. This looks like a child's room to me. None that I heard of. People always said he loved his craft more than he could ever love another person. But if he had a daughter, then maybe she had something to do with his retreat from Ark. Let's take a look around. Look around, Saira. We need to find a clue as to what this code might be.
The rabbit begged, "No, please don't eat me." The Fatir eyed him and sneered. "Why wouldn't I? You are weak, and I am strong." His voice was coarse like a whisper tree's bark, and... "You don't like this story, do you?" "Of course not. You didn't like it when Mother read it to you either." "But do you want to know something, my little starlet? Soon you'll be warm again, and then there will be no more need for stories, because you will be able to go out yourself and explore this world on your own 2 feet. I promise you, Maya. I promise you."
girl was dead, Sierra. She was dead. There, Delgalar's acquisitions. Now guess what else apart from animal bodies he bought heaps of? Dew flowers, lavender, and shadow stem oil. These are the ingredients for the ointments the Chileans use to embalm their dead. As long as it is regularly applied, the process of decay doesn't begin. The Chileans use it to keep a body fresh before sending it to sea, but this... Delgalar bought enough of these ingredients to prepare funeral balm for 6 corpses. And didn't you tell me he ordered his apprentice to get him his salve? Girl who lived here must have been his daughter, and she died somehow. But instead of burying her, he used this balm to preserve her like a piece of salted meat. This is horrible. With the angel. That's why he tried to craft it in the first place. This only leaves us with the question of how exactly it was supposed to work, and what the black stone had to do with it. At least now we have a good candidate for the code word, Maya. Do you still want to stay here a little longer, or shall we go back to the main hall? Yes. Come. Good. Then let's try our luck with these sigils, shall we? You do it. Yes, that sounds good. Okay, so we have one word. Now let's take a look at the other tower. Maybe we can find the other one there. This must have been some kind of laboratory. Here we go again. Hold on, Sierra. Focus, Kalia. Focus. That was all of them. Let's look around. Locked. Come on, maybe we can find a key around here somewhere.
Is there a reason why you're hiding, Yulika?
Forgive me, Master. I wanted to talk to you.
Of course you do. What's on your mind?
Forgive my words, but I find certain recent developments disquieting.
Do you?
You've changed, Master. Every day the villagers bring their sick to our gates, but you forbid us to let them in. Instead, you spend every minute with this girl. And the Black Stone. Haven't you heard the tales? The stones are cursed. Master, you really should...
Go and pack your things, Yulika.
What? Master, I am just worried about you.
I know, and I thank you for it. Now go. Your apprenticeship is over.
But...
Go!
Oof.
Huh. Wait. Scientia Sinistra by Ibn Nadarim. That was a Kyranian arcanist of the Zibnota. Getting caught with one of these books is essentially a crime here in Enderal. Seems that Dal Galar needed more than just alchemy and light magic for his angel. We need to go farther up, Saira. We won't find anything here. Again. And what did you see? Yes, that he did. I guess that's why people just forgot about him eventually. But at least we know now that we're not following a false trail. Come, maybe we can find more upstairs. Oof. Stuffed creatures, even lost ones. I'm not surprised he and the League had their differences. Impressive. What the? That's not a laboratory, that's a crypt. Irash. Now we know that he didn't just stick to animals, but what is this fluid they're floating in? I see. Do you see that? A crystal, but it's so dull. As if all its energy...
Energy is life, and energy is death. A trifle less, not too much less, just a little. Don't disappoint me. Not this time.
Had been drawn from it. Maybe that was some kind of experiment for what he planned to do with the Black Stone? What? And I bet he hoped that this transfer would actually resurrect the bodies. This only gets more confusing. Come, let us look for the second code word. Maybe it's around here somewhere. Anything? It does? Show me. By the name of the sun. This Tainisha must have been his paramour. And Maya, the girl from the tower, was their daughter. Exactly. Only this Tainisha didn't know that their daughter had died in the first place. Delgalar just told her all the time that she was sick and getting better. Blazes, this is tough. At least now we have another candidate for the code words. Tainisha. I doubt we'll find anything else here. What do you say, Zaira? Shall we go back to the main hall? Good. Come on. Good. Then let's try our luck with these sigils, shall we? You do it. I can't believe we actually did it. Come on. Let's see what's behind there. So this is his sanctum. Unbelievable. Just look at all these books. I wonder how much knowledge is hidden here. Careful. Focus, Camille. Focus. That was all of them. So he did let some servants in here after all, even though that didn't save them from their companion's fate. What the? Saira! What the? Saira!
Durual Ninto Jaronis. He who is patient always finds a way. I was starting to worry that you two little birdies would never part.
So it wasn't just my imagination.
Yes, you have been followed. Thanks for opening the gates, by the way. That saved us a lot of effort. Quite the feat, I must admit. Now look at that. You don't waste any time talking. I like that. Then I'll return the favor.
Kirash, what is this? Let me go, you bastard!
This, my little bird, is mentalism perfected. Because this time, someone was less willing to take risks and decided to send capable soldiers, rather than those idiots from Alt Rationgrad. Now don't look so gross.
What the? Saira!
Durual Ninto Jaronis. He who is patient always finds a way. I was starting to worry that you two little birdies would never part.
So it wasn't just my imagination.
Yes, you have been followed. Thanks for opening the gates, by the way. That saved us a lot of effort. Quite the feat, I must admit.
Ah!
Only that... Now look at that. You don't waste any time talking. I like that. Then I'll return the favor.
Kirash, what is this? Let me go, you bastard!
This, my little bird, is mentalism perfected. Because this time, someone was less willing to take risks and decided to send capable soldiers, rather than those idiots from Alt-Rationgrad. Now don't look so grumpy, sweetheart. You're up next. And I promise we'll have just as much fun with you as we'll have with her. Oh, someone has a flair for business. But I doubt that you can trump 500 Killian thalers, can you? No. You're lying. Take her, my friends. But careful, understood? I want her alive.
I'll see to that.
Ah!
Now look at that. You don't waste any time talking. I like that. Then I'll return the favor.
Kirash, what is this? Let me go, you bastard!
This, my little bird, is mentalism perfected. Because this time, someone was less willing to take risks and decided to send capable soldiers, rather than those idiots from Alt-Rationgrad. Now don't look so... You're up next. And I promise we'll... The king of the fabled empire of old Aranath, of course. Save yourself the stupid questions, dear. You won't get any answers. Take her, my friends.
Kirash, what is this? Let me go, you bastard!
This, my little bird, is mentalism perfected. Because this time, someone was less willing to take risks and decided to send capable soldiers, rather than those idiots from Alt-Rationgrad. Now don't look so... You're up next. And I promise we'll have just as much fun with you as we'll have with her. I highly doubt it. Regret was never one of my virtues, I'm afraid. Take her, my... Now don't look so... You're up... Oh, someone has a flair for business. But I doubt that you can trump 500 Killian thalers, can you? Not entirely, but I see what you're saying, which is no. Take her, my... Now don't... You're up... I highly doubt it. Regret was never one of my virtues, I'm afraid. Take her, my friends, but careful, understood? I want her alive.
I'll see to that.
The stone, Zaira. Find the stone and then run.
Just hold still, honey. You're only making it worse.
No, get off me. Damn it, get off me. No, Kirash, please, you're making a mistake.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Lambert. Can't you just make her shut up? Finally.
That was a mistake.
I'm sure it was. And now, what the heck?
Didn't I tell you to? For the name of the sun! Oh no! No, 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 no! Please, don't!
And my, how you laughed. All of them ran inside, but you just stood outside in the rain and... I should have been there for you more, Starlet. So much more. But I will make up for it, I swear. Tomorrow. I will heal you. Once you and the stone are connected, you will be able to walk again. And this time, I will be a good father. And that's just for a start. The stone will change you, Maya. It will become a part of you. And it will give you power even the Lightborn can only dream of. The blind will see again if you so choose, and the mute will speak. you will succeed where I have failed, freeing mankind from all its misery, like an angel. Here we go. How are you feeling, Starlight? Sorry for the hard stone, but there's no other way.
I see. How do you think I am? It changes nothing. Yeah, who am I? The failed experiment of a broken man. I'm not sure if that insight was really what I needed. Of course, it helps me to understand the creature inside me. It's a black stone, and it was my father who fused it with my mind. But in the end, all I'm left with are more questions. For example, whether this means that I must bury my hopes for banishing that creature once and for all, or the question of what this veiled woman's role is in all this. It must have been she who set me out in that village, even though she knew of the Blackstone's essence within me and how dangerous it made me. She seems to be the same one you encountered on the ship where your friend died, and the one who made those bandits flee into Old Dothulgrad. Who is she? What are her intentions? I just don't understand, Saira. I don't understand. Still, what burdens me the most is what happened in that library.
That was meant just for him, yet the dreams that he saw in the deep red afterglow were as distant as ever before. He did find a home in the city below, where life neither purpose nor honor.
Can't you figure it out? It was that creature, the it in its completed form. Me without a mask. Please, Saira, I don't want to think about this any more than is necessary.
As a wayward wanderer, despising the path that was meant just for him, yet the dreams that he sought in the deep red afterglow were as distant as ever before. Our ancient
Be thankful you weren't. If you knew how I felt when I killed those mercenaries, you would give me a wide berth, believe me. Such gratification, such ecstasy. I am disgusting. Saira, if you had been there, I would have slaughtered you just like the others. And that...
despising the path that is meant just for you, yet the dreams that you seek in the deep red afterglow are as distant as they'll ever be.
I will train harder, meditate more often, until I control every single one of my thoughts. That is the only way I will ever be able to fully control it. Now go and take that stone to the temple, Saira. I need some time to myself. I see. How do you think I am? Yeah, of course, for example, it must have been she and the one who made those bandits flee into Old Dothulgrad. Who is she? Be thankful. Saira, if you had been there... I know, Saira. Rationally, I do. But it doesn't change the fact that I feel... repulsive. I will train harder. Now go and take that stone to the temple, Saira. I need some time to myself. Yes?
Work.
Saira? Yes?
Well, that's just how he is. Always talking on.
Only fragments. Shreds of thoughts like the memory of flying above the rooftops in that devastated village. But still, throughout all the time we were in that castle, I had this feeling of familiarity. I guess now I know why.
Oh well.
Well, you're asking the wrong person here. I think you are more familiar with that woman than I am. But judging from what you channel the course of history, she influences it through single, relatively mundane interventions, like what she did back in the castle. But this is just guesswork, Saira. I don't know. Only fragments. Well, you're asking the wrong person here. I think you are more familiar with that woman than I am. But judging from what you told me, and what she did to me, more and more I get the impression that she tries to channel the course of history. She influenced. Yes, I've thought about that too. You know, I try to imagine what it would be like, meeting her after all these years. I probably wouldn't even know what to say. But even if she is still alive, she probably thinks I'm dead. I'll have to think about this. I'll tell you once I've come to a conclusion. Tyrus is my father, and he always will be. Delgalar, he had good intentions, but still, he made me into what I am. He put that stone inside my head and gave birth to that creature. Yeah, I guess he is. I don't know, Saira. Truth be told, I don't know what to think or feel anymore. Just give me some time to process this. Saira, please. I know you mean well, but to be honest, I don't want to think about this. When all this, the High Ones, the cycle is over, I'll have plenty of time for pondering.
Some people just don't know that.
Hey, you there! Yes, you! I think I have a letter for you. You're welcome. And may your path always be even.
A machine that can banish these High Ones. The mystery. This. Well, they're endless, aren't they?
A foreigner, huh? Well, you've chosen a strange...
Sure. You'll have to pay normally, though. As much as the Grandmaster favors you, metal and work don't come for free. Walk blessed.
But we haven't even tried, damn it. Right now there are people dying because you were too stubborn to even consider a truce. Tealor, something happened to you over there. I feel it. You act so aloof, so infallible, even towards Natara and me. Why? What? No, but... What?
Well, then you've come to the right place. Walk. That's what I'm here for. Take a look. Walk blessed.
You were there, weren't you? On Moonshine Island. How can that...
the fabled prodigy. I hope you can live up to what they say.
Well, then you've come to the right place. Walk list.
Yes.
Well, well, if it isn't the prodigy.
An outlander.
Is this important?
The prodigy, huh? Apparently we owe you for the shards of this sigil stone.
Ah, Prophet. Good that you're here. Answers, I suppose. It's about the Neremese mage, Mishari. A tragic event. Truly tragic. No, but the Empress Shah Rim had an idea. One that was so obvious that I wonder why I didn't think of it myself. The word of the dead. We could use it to... well... correct. And I assume you can imagine why I am telling you this. Yes, you've already used the casket once, and you survived. That makes you the best candidate. What do you think? That's the answer I was hoping for. When can we start? Since Pegas' body, unlike the Pyrean, isn't preserved, we should lose as little time as possible. Who knows what the decay has already done to her memories? We should, but as I said, time isn't on our side. Very good. Then let us get right to it. I will call Shah Rim. Well then, we are set.
I still don't understand why we aren't doing this in the Chronicum. A storage room? This is a bloody disgrace.
All the rooms in the Chronicum are occupied. Also, we don't know how the magic in the... would react to the activation of the casket. So, if something goes wrong...
Then the explosion only tears the three of us apart. How reassuring. But I get your point. Let's get started. Prophet, open the casket. What do you think? Anything that helps us find her killer. Prophet, did it work?
He isn't reacting. We should...
Well then, let's find the mole. All trails lead here. Too close.